creating a war type poster in Photoshop. Firstly, you'll need some of these pictures. I'll share them with you. Okay, go ahead and open up Photoshop, File New. Okay, I think you want to keep these the same dimensions as mine. Width 297, doesn't matter too much. Height 209. Keep the background as transparent and press OK. File, open. Okay, I'm going to open this soldier. If I double click the background, that will allow me to delete this and make it transparent. Several ways to do it. You can either choose the quick selection tool or the magic wand. I'm going to use the magic wand and just click delete on any sections I don't want. Obviously you can take more time than me. To zoom in and out is Control plus. Okay, and Command minus to move out. So I've got rid of the background. I'm going to use the marquee tool, Recular marquee tool. Select it, move tool, and just drag into the other poster. Okay, don't need to save that. Because I've selected this layer, I can then move and resize. You can either resize here, make sure you hold down Shift as you drag from the corner, alright, and you can accept the changes or not accept. Another shortcut is Command T, which will bring up the dialog to move him. Always good to name your layers. Okay, so that's the first one. Down here I'm going to add another layer, which I'm going to call ground. Really simple. Marquee tool again. I'm going to use the paint bucket and change the color down here to black. Okay, if you find that your soldier's disappeared, just click and drag and you'll then see that he's now visible. Okay, the next stage is to put the clouds in. So I've got a storm picture here. Again, I'm going to use the marquee tool and I'm just going to select an area of clouds. You can click and drag over here. Use the move tool once more, move it in. It will automatically put it into a new layer. Okay, so I'm going to resize it again, maintain the proportions. Okay, if I'm happy, give it a name. And again, if our soldier's disappeared, drag him onto the top and you'll see him on there. The last thing I'm going to do is to put a picture of the school on. Same principle, file, open. Okay, lots of different ways to do this. You could use the marquee tool and select. I actually just want the school on here. You can use the magnetic lasso tool and actually it will stick to the edges of the school. Right, if you make a mistake like that, double click and just start again. I'm just going to use the quick selection tool. Again, I'm not doing this very delicately. Okay, so very roughly done. Click it, drag it across, close this down. Okay, again it should go in its own layer. Let's give it a name. We can resize it. And again, we can move our soldier up on the top and resize the soldier. Okay. So what we want to do now is to make it all dark and sinister. So you can do it on all layers. I would start with the clouds. So select the cloud layer. If we go on to adjustments, and then go to black and white. Okay, there's no right or wrong, it's whatever you want. Okay, play around with these until you get the desired effect. Same with this layer, BISP, black and white. And our soldier as well. Okay, what you can do is make a new layer above the soldier. I'm going to call this one ground 2, and I want to paint away his feet so they kind of disappear, so I'm going to use a brush. You can use the black tool, but I'm going to drop the opacity down to about 30, so it's very subtly, it'll just kind of make his body appear a bit darker so it blends. Right, and you can spend a lot longer doing this. Again, if you want to change the opacity, you can. Okay. So what we'll do now is we're going to put another rain type effect. So we'll make a new layer. We'll call it rain. So we need to fill this one with white, so choose the white colour, choose the paint bucket, and fill it. Then we're going to go to filter and add noise. Okay, if you keep the settings 87.6 Gaussian. Okay, next step is we want to put a blur filter, so we go filter, blur, motion blur, and again, if you can keep that so it simulates rain, minus 63 and 24. And the last thing is we want to adjustment. So if we go to image, adjustments, levels, okay, you might want to play around with some of these settings on here. Doesn't look great. Okay, the last thing on here is we want to change this one to screen. Okay, and as you can see, it looks a little bit rainy, but you might want to go back to the last step and change it again. Okay, and there we have it.